everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Orme. This is Motorsport Manager, and today we're going to be running the Black Sea Grand Prix race 10 out of 10 on the season 1 calendar of the ERS. Now, unbelievable scenes 1 and 2, and I believe Jean did set that on a soft tyre, so we are legitimately the fastest 2 cars in practice around this track. So just before the end of the session we hit those, coming round for the final lap with about 20 seconds to go. We could have gone across the line and maybe gone back out around more if we needed to, you know, just to eke over, but because we got early I pitted in both cars just so we could get this lovely looking screen when I do tab. So Rodriguez Cruz 1 and 2, those are their times. Very, very competitive. 2 excellents and a great for Cruz, 2 greats and an excellent for Rodriguez, and we're really starting to see us be competitive now. 1-2 in the last race. Rodriguez won the race previous to that, of course, but we finish up a 1-2 on the last race with a 1-2 in the following practice. No bad weather, no rain, plenty of grip on that track, and we make it stick. So absolutely delighted with that setup now. So yeah, I'll see you at the race, but I just wanted to show you just how mind-bogglingly good the end of this season is lining up to be. Okay then, well, definitely going to go for these level 3s because I don't need the extra reliability that the red zone removal sort of provides. I'd rather have 15% performance on these soft tires. And also here there's just, yeah, extra pit stops. I mean, 2 seconds, we're going to make 2 pits really per race, so that's going to save us 2 seconds across the entire race. As nice as it seemed at first, I really don't know that that's going to be great. So if we ever manage, now if we move up and we've got to do qualifying, we get qualifying trim and race trim, then probably the super soft tyres wearing slowly and getting level 3 in the soft tyres, or the super soft tyres if we race them, that'll be a deadly combination. But until then, tyre and race trim every single step of the way. I'm going to want to tweak Rodriguez just a tiny bit, put him up to 0.7. I didn't do this in practice even though I had the setup before. Basically I just wanted level 3s, so I really had to pull him in, and I don't think we would have got level 3s if I'd have pulled him in at the end of this lap and then sent him out. He wouldn't have had enough running time to actually get us up there. So a little touchdown there, looks like that's a little as well. Maybe, yeah, I don't want to kick out of excellence, so just hoping that that will push us above 95, give us the better shot at it. So let's just make sure those 2 cars are all fully set up as they are. And let's go attack and overtake from the start. We know that this is the way we need to play to get any sort of competition going. Although we're at the back half of the grid and we're surrounded by drivers in far better cars. Now our real advantage comes in my pit strategies. And I don't think I'm being too big-headed saying that, but that's where we make up the time. We avoid the clutter in the pit lane. We've got an alternate strategy to most of the teams, and we make it work. We know we've got 2 stints, or 3 stints. We've got 2 pit stops. So I feel, really, I feel good about saving a bit of fuel at the start of this race too. So let's speed up. Wow. Wow, Cruz just like completely went down there. Completely went down. So I'm going to go down to medium. I don't want to go down to neutral because the tyres are cold. But there we are. Rodriguez is up into 13th. Cruz drops all the way down to 15th, sadly. which is a little bit of a pain, but we are saving fuel compared to everyone else. That sets us up as well for a much better strategy. Much better strategy. So at the moment, things might not be going our way, but that's okay. So we're going to go down to push now then. And I think if we get cruise... Yeah, no, if we get... Let's come in earlier with Rafa, shall we? Let's come in earlier with Rafa. So let's push Rafa's car to the brink, whilst we let cruise on at the rear of the field. So let's see if we can't make up any sort of places here. And look at that, Rafa's already back up into 15th. He's already making his moves. And hopefully Cruise, they're able to save fuel, because that's going to dictate what happens. So if we can get Cruise in a lap after Rodriguez, then I am going to be very happy. Up the inside of Beauchamp, looks to go around Mayo there as well. And that will do quite nicely. Tyre deg is indeed really bad. We don't want to push that too much, but we're going to avoid this cluster at the moment. So let's go, and you're going to pit in on this next lap. You're going to go with full fuel. I don't need to risk anything. You're just going to run there, and I'm going to run you down now on medium fuel until I realize otherwise. And there we go. We're going to keep you on there, just saving. So we're not that far behind saving with Cruise. We didn't have to overtake anybody. We don't need to do anything crazy. And so there we go. And then as we come across this line with Cruise, we're going to set him up to come in on this next lap. We can push a little bit more on the fuel and a little bit more on the tyres. We're going to be trying to get up there as well. So let me think how to do this. I think push high might just work. And coming out to the pits there, so that's a rapid pit stop. And we've got 12th place with Rodriguez, which is slightly above where he was. So let's go down onto low fuel now, and then overtake attack coming into the pits. That's what we're going to want to come off the pits with. Now, he was well in 20th place. Right now, he's going to be up into 17th, so it's a little bit there of an advantage. And now we're going to go neutral on the tyres and high there. We're going to keep on high and just down to push for Cruise. So we've gained a couple of places there on that pit stop alone. So I'm really quite happy in seeing that. If we can get some sort of clear air here for Rodriguez, I think we'll be doing good. Beauchamp, though, in the very, very good... yeah, the very, very good Garuda car. Like, the sensational Garuda car is going to overtake us. But we should have a lap on them with Rodriguez, and we should have 2 laps on them here with Cruise. So in that case, attack, and we're going to go overtake to try and close out here and try and get past if we can. So there we go. Up into 10th place then. It's going to take some going here to actually make it around and win. So I don't think that's going to happen. Let's go no, let's keep on push. I don't mind those being high temperatures at the moment. Let's go down to medium and just watch with Rodriguez what we're going to do. So these tyres are going to go off a cliff. So conserve your tyres. Conserve your tyres. Conserve your fuel. But you've got to come in on this lap. So 5 laps remaining. That should put us in a good position. Now we risk for a fast pit stop. And we're hoping to leapfrog a few people there. Chu and Gerard are really, really well out in front here, though. We're going to want to come out of the pits absolutely storming there. So, you can now go all out as well, Cruise. use that free air. 9th place for Rodriguez. Not really what we wanted to see there. And let's get Cruz his pit stop then. And see. So 4 laps of fuel. Another fast pit stop. And let's see how that works out for us. Hopefully we're able to do quite well with Rodriguez. Looks like the medium tyre actually is going rather well at this stage. Mistake there on the pits, and that's not great. We're up into 8th though. Looks like 8th and 11th there for Cruz. We could have done better, but we're going towards the end of the race now. So let's see how this all plays out. Now, it's been an absolutely crazy race. I come back to, you know, in the last lap, Cruz kind of got hit along the way, kind of sort of had to take a drive-through penalty, even though I don't think it was his fault. So add that to the repairs, and he falls right down the order to 18th. Meanwhile, at the same time, Rodriguez has managed to push up. There's a couple of issues here with some others. And you can see now, John Sotia is well away from this, setting a fastest lap on the last lap, absolutely belting through. John Sotia is going to cross the line and pick up the win. That is going to be what I think the finishing blow in the Constructors. I think Eastwood have just claimed themselves a big, big win there. So we're going to see how that works out, especially as well in the this double points last race. Wow, drivers. John Sotia, I think, might have just nailed the Drivers' Championship as well. But a second place for us is going to be pretty good. Cruz comes through there in 18th. Not a great race there, not a great finish. We do finish off our target. We don't get that big end of season bonus, which is going to... It's going to be annoying, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, risk of rule break is none. No rules were indeed broken. And John Sotia, there we go. I mean, yeah. They were only he was only behind by a couple throughout most of these last 4 or 5 races. I don't think he fell behind by enough, especially when you look down, and Beauchamp got 14. So what's that, 28 points difference there? And Jar right at the back, demoted, no, just a drive-through. 2 demoted, 2. Our drive-through isn't even sort of said, which is kind of a... Well, it happened, so it sucks. Okay. Rodriguez there. Another second place. He's astride the podium. And to his left is John Sotia and Arbeloa, the Eastwood pairing. Great to see that they've had a fantastic season. John Sotia, I think she has just claimed everything by an absolute mile actually now, because double points. So Arbeloa, that means the driver and the team constructor championship is really, on the last race, a bit of a mismatch overall. Rafael Rodriguez is the best driver that didn't get promoted, basically, because Eastwood 1 and 2. So, absolutely delighted that we're able to get that kind of performance out of this car. Cruz down in 13th, very hit and miss, and I'm worried long term. I am worried long term. It looks here, look at that, 70 points between Eastwood and Garuda. Only 13 between them and ourselves. I think that we can do some real damage if we really sort of get that car as good as we can for next season. So yeah, it's been a weird season, guys, but it's been a fun one. I'm going to leave things here. I'm going to clear up the end of the season stuff. I don't think there's too much to show you there. If it is, I'll bring back the recording. This isn't a particularly long video as as it is now. But I want to like go in depth and double check things and sort out some stuff that I don't really want on camera. I think it's going to be boring to have a look at the detail that I'm going to look at. But yeah. If there's nothing else to show you, then I'll see you in the next video, which will be the pre-season. And that should be quite interesting. We're going to build our own car. We're going to look at the chassis, decide which bits we want on it, where to save money, where to spend money. We got prize money from this season. I'll run you through all that in the next video. But until then, guys, y'all take care. I've been Chris Orme. This is Motorsport Manager. Predator, end of Season 1. We out. And we're back in. Few clips there of the championships awarded to Eastwood and John Satir herself. So thought it'd be worth watching, showing those. But I forgot, really, we've got end of the season awards, we've got our money, and North, Jar, Beauchamp, we knew they were gone anyway. So the prize money for the season, I think I'm going to need 15 million to put on the car, so I need 23. So 20 from sponsorship from here, and the money we saved, which I think was only 700 a race, so that's 7 million. Really, we're looking at 13 plus. Wow. 13 on the nose. So that should give us enough to upgrade the factory for next season and to upgrade the car for next season to be a lot more competitive, and I hope enough to take the first place. Now, Garuda are still around. We know this. There's a team coming down. It's going to be difficult, but I think we can do that. And there we go, manager of the season. I'd assume so. We got all the way up into 3rd instead of our likely 10th, but we said 8th to our chairman. And John Sadir won. Okay. John Sadir wins Racer of the Year, Driver of the Year. They won the title. I mean, I would say that's enough for them. For me, who beat all objectives and all expectations was probably Rafael Rodriguez. A little bit biased, but he was not in a car at the start of it. When he did join a team, he was in the worst car for the entire season. And he came in 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. So I would say that was probably not a fair award to give to the title holder just because they won. They've already got the Drivers' Championship to celebrate that. So here we go. Cape Town, that'll come, I think, at the end of the season. So that'll be race 11 added to the calendar. And I'd forgotten, but we've got long practice sessions, which means we should be able to get a lot more in terms of... Yeah, actually, that could work out. That could work out because it gives me a bit more time to work on sort of perfecting the setup, whilst, even if it's raining, getting a good shot at a decent tyre for the race and getting that race trim active at level 2 or 3 no matter what happens. Because I think that's 20 minutes, we've been running on 12. That's great. So, E-Spirit have been promoted at the expense of Villan, who have been relegated. Eastwood have moved up, and the Ozumoto team. Wow. Okay. Decent driver. Decent driver. Okay. Ooh, very good young driver. Ebony Tyler. Let's go scout Ebony. I know from other games that she can turn out to be a good driver, but just looking at the stats there, I think that's going to be pretty good for me. If we can bring her on board as our test driver from Ozu, we might have a shot here. We might have a shot at getting her, and that would make it a fantastic lineup to have. So I wonder if she'd actually talk to us, how much it would cost, and all of that. So we're going to go into the preseason. We've got sponsor offers. I'm not going to look at that really in this video. Like I say, this is the end of season video, not the pre-season one. So Mori and Dufa are going to go there. So Lorenzo, I know, is a decent racer. That's going to be an interesting challenge to get past him. And that's the reserve driver. So Dufa, I don't know, but looks again to be a very nice racer. So fair play, they've got themselves a decent setup there. And yeah, the factory staff are done. We can get on designing next year's car. I don't want to do that. Let's have a look then at our sponsors. Let's have a look at slot 4. So that's 8 races. That's $1 million and more per race. So why would I choose that? I don't know. So FWK, and they're slightly better as well than the Bango, more than slightly better. Let's launch that in. That's going to add towards our budget for the car this year. Up front is $1 million. That'll be a little bit more though. Brutus, yeah, that'll be 1.1 million. So I'll take that deal. That puts us 16.7 million in the bank. That means we can design the car and spend up to 15 million if we want to. And the 7 million, 9 million, yeah. The actual money we save for the car, spend that on the factory upgrade. So really, why don't we save a bit of time on that and just throw in the factory upgrade? 7.6 million, look at that, we're even saving money. See, the financial background is so good. And you know what? We might even be able to build that as well. I'm going to wait on that a little bit. I am going to wait on that a little bit. But there is a chance. So staff center, I mean, that could be decent. That could be decent. Forecast improvements, no. So don't see any real reason to be sort of spending that yet, or do I? 9 million plus the 7 we've got saved, that's 16. I mean, I think that's tight. We might get something here. That might be something. And we might get some more bonus here, which would be really, really nice. But overall, yeah, I think we're going to be okay in terms of this. We're not going to mess about too much with that then. So, yeah, that's season 1 done and dusted. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've had our best sponsors, staff and drivers going. We're off the bottom in terms of the car. That is no longer the worst thing on the grid. And the headquarters is getting upgraded. We will be better there. But overall, you can see everything's been reset. But let's not forget, 3rd in the constructors, 3rd in the drivers with Rafa. You know, this could turn out to be a decent season. So join me next time where we choose our chassis, choose our parts. We're going to be looking at maybe some new livery. I don't mind the look of this, but I think we can do better. Some nice maybe greys or black there to break up a little bit and maybe make that the accent color. I'm not sure, but we'll be getting into that in the next video. Thanks for being a part of season 1, the Predator journey. And yeah, I'm a bit surprised how well we did. I'm very confident for the next season. I just think money, I mean, 60 million to design a car, plus if they come with the yeah, that's going to be my big worry. If they come with the news items of being able to upgrade certain parts of the car, because that's usually very much worth it. Now, if that's $500,000 or $1 million, I might only be able to do 1 or 2, might miss out on others, and that could be a big jump in 1 or 2 of the categories. So we're going to see how that works out. Hopefully my financial background will help us out there. We are stretching the limits just a bit, but I'm confident that we'll make it work. So until next time, guys, thanks very much. I do hope you're enjoying this series and all my other series. leave a thumbs up for a great season here at Predator, and we'll see you next year. Take care.